Hi there, it's T again. Back with doing another review of another classic versus a remake. This time I'm going to give you my opinion on the classic TV show Miami Vice versus the 2006 remake adaptation. We're going to start with the classic show. So this is classic Miami Vice right here. And this is the 2006 Miami Vice movie. So we're going to start with the TV show, the first season. We're going to do a quick review of that. Now, when Miami Vice, the first season here came out, and this is available on DVD. I've tried to find this on digital. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon Prime, but like things like Vudu and other sites, it's not available. So anyway, there was 5 seasons. This is the second season, third season, fourth, and finally a 5th season. I will say the first season is an instant classic. Like every episode in season 1 to this day. I mean, if you grew up in 84, 85 as a teenager, especially a guy, a lot of guys wanted to be like Crockett or Tubbs, or at least wear the shoes with no socks. The shoes with no socks, the pants, even in the cars. Convertibles made a huge comeback during that time. It was very breakthrough at the time because it used a lot of the latest MTV video music culture to incorporate each of their episodes. So it was very groundbreaking in terms of how would you say, pop culture and cop dramas. And it was kind of controversial because you look back at it now, it kind of stereotypes Latinos and Hispanics as coming off as drug dealers and all that stuff, which is not true. Especially a lot of the particular Spanish culture is Colombian. So it is entertaining to watch and it's fun to watch. What I like about it is the cars and the boats and the scenery backdrop and the places that they go. And I like each episode explored a topic. But season 1 was more like an intro. And then basically by the summer of '85, every guy around my dad's age group to my age group wanted to be like Don Johnson or Philip Michael Thomas, who played Ricardo, the original Ricardo Tubbs. And by season 2, which is this, 85, 86, it followed along the same path as season 1, but it brought back the return of certain villains, arch nemesis against Tubbs and Crockett, and then other episodes sort of explored soul stories like Gina's and Trudy's. Trudy had an episode. I believe Switek and Zito had an episode, and what's his name? Lieutenant Castile there. So seasons 1 and 2 are definitely very, very classic and represent the 80s. When you get to season 3, there's not only is there it gets darker and grittier, but they Ferrari of America was very upset. Ferrari Corporation was very up. It's an Italian car corporation. We're very upset that the Daytona Spider convertibles were using Corvette C3 Corvettes and putting on replica kits. Because if they would have used a real Spider convertible, each of those cars were going for like about $1 million, maybe a half a million a piece, 100,000 a piece. I don't know. They made the Daytona Spider convertibles right around the early 70s, I think, to like the late 70s, and then they stopped making them. Today they're probably worth like 3 to 5 million, 10 million. They're very rare, but they're very iconic. They're one of my favorite. When it comes to Ferrari, that's one of my favorite. Was that in high school? That was my dream car, and black became my favorite color for either Mustang or Corvette. So right here is the classic Daytona Spider convertible. In season 3, when they were going to do season 3, Ferrari told the producers and the creators of the show they got to get rid of the car. The show would have been shut down, I think. So what the creators did was they blew up the replica so that the car would disappear, and they put a legitimate Ferrari Testarossa. And at the time, the cars were going for $200,000, I think, a piece. And this is from season 3, beginning of season 3 to the end of the show. This is the dominant car for Crockett, the Testarossa. So, season 3 was very good. It was very dark and gritty. It dealt with. There was an episode where they were dealing with child trafficking. The first time I watched that whole episode a few years back, because once I got my all 5 seasons, I watched every episode back in 2014, from the first episode to the last episode. And yeah, the child trafficking episode was it was a tearjerker. It was very tough to get through. The ending, I don't want to give away anything, but the ending was very sad, and probably is true to this day. But it was very controversial, but it really touched on the real issues of the day. So yeah, I mean, season, and also not to give away too much, but the guy that played Zito, I can't name his name, Larry. Can't name his last name. He didn't want to be on the show after the 3rd season, so they had his character. So the character doesn't show up after season 3. It was like a 2-part episode. So yeah, I don't want to give away too much for anybody who hasn't seen the classic show, but that was a rough episode to get through too. The music went very well with it. And then we got to season 4 here. One thing, if you notice, Crockett's hairstyle and Tubbs' looks, they changed. Like Crockett's was more feathered back, and then it got a little bit longer, and it got really short in the beginning of season 3, and then it was like military style, and then by the end of season 3 it started really growing out, and then on season 4 you had more like a heavy metal headbanger look, and Tubbs, you don't see it in this right here, but Tubbs had a beard and mustache, and at times he wore glasses. Through all 5 seasons, Tubbs drove a Cadillac convertible, but Crockett's car had 2 different cars. He had the Testarossa for like 3 seasons, and he had the Daytona Spider convertible 2.5 seasons. 4 was good. Definitely dark at times. Other times it was pretty good. And then it ended off on a cliffhanger. And then season 5, the final season, this is the only season that they didn't have Jan Hammer's music in it. And Jan Hammer, like the guy who played Zito, he was tired of doing the show. So the composer and musician Jan Hammer, he left the show at the end of 4, I believe, and it was more like a electric guitar, kind of like a heavy metal kind of thing, ballad. And five was unique. Some episodes were a hit and miss, but first 2 episodes were very, very good, and then of course the final episode, not counting the ones that NBC didn't air and USA Network did, the one on NBC in spring of '89. Yeah, that was a good one. Very, you could tell like the guys had bonded and they became close friends. One was Tubbs is going back to New York, and Crockett he was probably going like south of Florida. Yeah, so right here, I don't know, you can't see it too well. See right there. Let's see if they have his class. Yep, right here. See, different styles. Right here. Let's see, right here. Yep. And then, yeah, this don't have back cover art. So the classic TV series were, and then they had like 3-4 spare episodes. So after summer of '89, I went to the USA Network, and then January of 1990 is when the show officially ended. So it was good that in the DVD set they included those. So it was good to have a chance to see those episodes.